students. Today we have to move for the third lesson in the history, that is impact of British rule in India. So yes, we know that how the British occupied all the regions in India, how they are captured and everything, and they started. Then after capturing almost all the regions in India, they have started to rule the India. Just they are came to India for the trading purpose. So here we can get to know about that how they are ruling in India. Yes, British, for the easy ruling, they are formulated the many policies actually in different way, like in judicial system, or it is in a military system, or it is in a police system, or it is in a administration system. Like that, they have implemented the many laws or many rules for the easy ruling. Keep in mind, for the easy ruling or easy administration. In that, let us know about that what are all the rules or what are all the regulation implemented by the British in the judicial system. In which system? In judicial system. Judicial system. Judicial system means that is the law or a argument. Okay, judicial system nothing but the law here. Okay, so British implemented for the easy law or to make a rule in India. British implemented the dual government and took over the authority of complete authority of Bengal. I think you know about this yesterday. Is it a British implemented the dual government and took over the authority of complete Bengal. Bengal is the biggest state in India by that time. So took over the authority of Bengal, and also the British implemented the Diwani right. Diwani right. Diwani right in the sense I already told you in the previous classes, that is a collection of have a right to collect the land tax. That is called as Diwani right. They have implemented the Diwani right in Delhi. I think you know about that. Delhi is also one of the popular state by that time actually. Is it almost the Delhi Mughals, that Delhi was ruled by the whom? Mughals. Mughals captured almost India, almost of the India. So that if they captured the Delhi, that they has to come to know that almost 75% of the India was captured by the British. Is it? So even there also, even in Delhi also, they have implemented the Diwani right. They have implemented the Diwani right to took over the complete authority of the Delhi. Okay, and also along with that, to make a easy law in a system actually in the judicial system. So Warren Hastings, the courts are very important. I think you know about that. Okay, Warren Hastings established the two types of a court. One is called as the civil court. One is called as the civil court, and the another one is the criminal court. Very important. These all the things. Okay, so these are established by whom? Established by the Warren Hastings. So Warren Hastings is also one of the Governor General of the British. Clear? So Warren Hastings established the two kinds of court in India actually. So for the easy law system or for the easy judicial system, one is called a civil court and another one is called as the criminal court. And keep in mind, this civil court is also known as Diwani Adalat. This is also known as Diwani Adalat. There are the two names for this. Okay, for the civil court, that is Diwani Adalat, and this criminal court is also known as Fauzdari Adalat. What is this? Fauzdari Adalat. Keep in mind. Okay. Civil court is also known as Diwani Adalat and criminal court is also known as Fauzdari Adalat. Okay. And this civil court is came under the control of, this is headed by Europeans Europeans in the sense nothing but the British only. Okay, so this civil code came under the control of Europeans or headed by the Europeans, and criminal code was under the control of Quadjis. Very important. Criminal code was under the control of Quadjis. So who are Quadjis here? If they are asking the questions, actually, Quadjis are the subordinates of the Europeans. Subordinate in the sense next controller of the Europeans, or the next inferior officers of the Europeans. They are called the Quadjis, who are worked under the Europeans. They are called as subordinates. Keep in mind, Quadjis are the subordinates of the Europeans who looked after the administration of the criminal code. Okay, I'll repeat again. Quadjis are the subordinates of the Europeans who looked after the administration of the criminal code. They are called as Quadjis. Keep in mind. So this criminal code was under the control of Quadjis, and civil code was under the control of Europeans. Next, in these courts, actually, they want to get the justice. Major two community in India by that time, that is called Hindu and Muslim. As you know that, even nowadays also, the two major communities in India, that is Hindu and Muslim. Okay. So here in these courts, actually, the Hindus get the justice as per the Hindu scripture. As per the Hindu scripture. Hindu scripture, I think you know about that. That is the famous scripture, that is Ramayana, Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita. As you know that, right? Is it? So Hindus get the justice as per the Hindu scripture, and Muslim get the justice as per Shariat. Shariat means their religion book, that what they have mentioned in that is called as Quran. Clear? So that is called as Shariat. Muslims get the justice how they have mentioned in the Quran, like that Shariat, and Hindus get the justice as per the Hindu scripture, that is Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita or Ramayana. So this is about the judicial system. Okay, what they have implemented at the time of British rule in India. So next we have to get to know about that police system. How the police system in the British ruling. This is about police system. So Lord Cornwallis, I think you know about that police system in the sense judicial system in the sense courts and laws or lawyer or advocates or the justice, everything will comes, and police in the sense that is SP or police, like that it will comes actually, or police stations, right? Okay, so in the police system, Lord Cornwallis, keep in mind, Lord Cornwallis also one of the Governor General, British Governor General. Lord Cornwallis, so he has created the once post in a police system that is called as SP. SP in the sense, I think you know about that, full form of SP, Superintendent of Police. Keep in mind, SP means Superintendent of Police. What we are following even till today, that was created by the Lord Cornwallis at the time of British ruling in India. Keep in mind, okay? So that SP post, I mean Superintendent of Police post in the police system was created by the Lord Cornwallis, British Governor General Lord Cornwallis. Okay, and he made the two kinds of courts actually, station. One is called the district station and another one is called the village stations. Okay, there are the two kinds of police station. One is called district station and another one is called the village stations. Okay, so this district stations were looked after by, or it was under the control of Kotwal. District stations were under the control of Kotwal. Keep in mind. Okay, So they were under the district stations were under the control of kotwals, and the village stations were under the control of chowkidaras. Chowkidaras in the sense what we are called nowadays, that is pede, police pede. Still even in North Karnataka they were pedegalanna chowkidaras antane karitare. Okay, that is one of the Portuguese word. Okay, so village stations were under the control of chowkidaras, and district stations were under the control of kotwal. Kotwal was the superior head who controlled the district station, and chowkidar was the superior head who controlled the stations, that is the village station. By the time no inspector, no SI, nothing at all. Clear? And whole, even a commissioner also not there, whole police system was under the control of SP. SP in the sense superintendent of police. Okay. So next, after this, first they has it was under the control of SP. After 1781, the whole police system came under the control of magistrates. They are under the control of magistrates. Keep in mind. So magistrates, they are for each magistrate or for one districts they have appointed actually. So even till today also the magistrate post is there actually in a district. Even that also has created by that time only. Okay, keep in mind. After 1781, the whole police system comes under the control of whom? Magistrate. Okay. So next about that, in 1861 police law was implemented for the good law and order. Keep in mind, in 1861 the law, police law, almost the authority to control the criminals, to control the corruption and everything. In 1861 the police law was implemented to maintain the law and order. Law and order in the sense shistu krama. Clear? So to maintain that law and order, so the police law was implemented in the year 1861. So according to that, the police only having a complete power to control the criminals or the corruption or anything. Okay, so this is about the police system. So next we have to move for how the military system at the time of British rule. Military system in the sense almost we can see the soldiers, right? Is it so you don't get confusion even while learning also. Judicial system in the sense courts or the lawyers or that law and order is there. Then the police system in the sense it is about the police only, police and stations, and military system in the sense that is only about the soldiers. Okay. So here in a military system actually British are not, and they are not giving a superior post for any Indians actually. Okay, they were very jealous head who the British, they were not given a superior post even in any system or in any area or in any regions. They are appointed the Indians just as a coolie soldiers. British appointed the Indians just as a coolie soldier in the sense ordinary soldiers, just for a coolie in the sense daily wages. Here coolie in the sense here daily wages. British appointed the Indians only as a coolie soldiers. No one Indians appointed as officers. Even they are getting the more services also. Even if they are qualified also, if they are experienced also, they are not appointed the Indians for the superior officers. Okay, and the condition of the soldiers was very pathetic actually. Pathetic in the sense very ill treated actually. They are ill treated the soldiers actually, and they are giving a torture for the soldiers, and they were not get the good salary and the promotion also. Who? The soldiers. Okay, they were not get the good salary and promotion also, and the soldiers are forced to cross the sea in the sense they are British forced our soldiers, Indian soldiers actually, to cross the sea and move to the England to serve there for the very less wages. Okay, but basically Indian soldiers were not interested, so that's why one famous war took place against them, that is the 1857 revolt. So next we will discuss about that 1857 revolt in the 6th lesson. So till up to that you have to get to know that how was the military system in the at the time of British rule in India. So up to this. Okay, I'll repeat again, how was the military system? Just Indian soldiers, they are appointed as a coolie soldiers, and no one Indians are promoted as an officer. So and all the soldiers will get the not get the good salary, and that conditions was very pathetic, and British are giving the more torture for the soldiers, and inform them to cross over the sea and serve in the foreign land also. Okay, so this is about the military system. Okay, yes, I already told you that the British were not giving the superior officers. To avoid that, when the struggle has started from the Indians, to avoid that actually Lord Cornwallis implemented the competitive examination in the year 1853. Keep in mind, Lord Cornwallis implemented the competitive examinations. What you are attending, many of the peoples are attending the competitive examination for the jobs or to get the higher education and everything. So that competitive examinations was first implemented by in India by whom? That is the Lord Cornwallis. Keep in mind. Okay, so the British suspect the Indians, particularly the Lord Cornwallis suspect the Indians to give higher superior officers, and he told very dearly, Lord Cornwallis, he told actually all the peoples of the Hindustan in the sense Indians are very corrupt actually. So that's why he told dearly, or he announced, that's why we are giving a lower grade job only for the Indians. Who announced it like that? The Lord Cornwallis. It is very shame for the Indian peoples. That's why they has started a struggle. So to avoid the struggle or to avoid the protest, the Cornwallis implemented the competitive examination. Okay, so in that he has challenging the Indians, if they had any knowledge, if they had any idea, let them to write the competitive examination. Later they have started, who are qualified, who are eligible in that, they are started to give the superior post later after 1853. So before that he told actually all the peoples of the Hindustan are very corrupt, that's why they were given a lower grade job. Okay, when the struggle has started, by the time to avoid that struggle, he has implemented the competitive examination in the year 1853. Keep in mind, so the first competitive examination was implemented by whom? Lord Cornwallis in India. So still that we are following the same. Is it still that we are following the same? So this is about the they brought, the British brought the rules and regulation in a judicial system or police system or the military system. Let us know about that. Actually the British implemented the land tax system also to collect the land tax. Many land tax system they have implemented to collect the land tax. They are the first land tax systems are, these are very important land tax systems. Keep in mind, the first land tax system is, the first one is Zamindari system. Zamindari system. The second one is Mahalwari system. Mahalwari system. And the third one is Raitavari system. Third one is Raitavari system. So these were the three important land tax system implemented by the British to collect the land tax only. See, where the income is there, they are making the many rules and regulation because of their profit. Okay, so they have implemented the three land tax system. One is called the Zamindari system, the second one is Mahalwari system, and the third one is Raitavari system. So today we have to know about the Zamindari system. Okay, so this Zamindari system is also known as the permanent Zamindari system. Permanent Zamindari system. So this permanent Zamindari system was first implemented by the Lord Cornwallis in Bengal and Bihar. Keep in mind where he is implemented in Bengal and Bihar. Who implemented? That is also important. Who implemented? Lord Cornwallis. Okay, Zamindari system, permanent Zamindari system was first implemented by the Lord Cornwallis in the region Bengal and Bihar. According to this, the name itself says Zamindaras. Zamindara in the sense landlords. Okay, so that Zamindaras were collected the land tax, and that land tax is transferred or paid to the company. Which company? East India Company. Keep in mind, after the arrival of a British, for the easy administration, British started the one company that is called as British East India Company. In the same way, Portuguese also made one company that is called as Portuguese East India Company. And in the same way, the French also made like that in the same name, but French East India Company. And even a Dutch also made like that, that is called as Dutch East India Company. So here in the permanent Zamindari system, the Zamindaras want to collect the land tax, and that has hand over or paid to the whom? Paid to the company, East India Company. So in that, for what he has collected the amount, in that nearly the 10% of the amount want to keep with whom? With the Zamindaras. With the Zamindaras. So that's why by this system actually Zamindaras and the company benefited lot. Okay, because both they are getting a profit. Okay, but the farmers who are suffered a lot actually, so farmer only suffered a lot. Okay, if the rain is good actually, then he can get the good crop and he can pay the tax. But the rain is, I think you know about that, in India the rain is uncertain, right? Is it? So by that time the farmer getting a huge loss. If he is getting a profit or a loss, but compulsory he want to pay the tax. Okay, so that's why by this system compulsory you want to pay. If he is not pay, what his land is there and everything has undertaken by the British or Zamindaras. So that's why you must and should you want to pay. By that situation, by this system, farmers suffered a lot, and when he unable to pay, when the farmers is unable to pay the tax, by the time Zamindaras started to giving a torture for the farmers or exploit in the sense giving a torture for them. So that's why by seeing that torturing situation, Charles Metcalfe, okay, he was also one of the British officer. Who is that? Charles Metcalfe. By seeing the torturing situation of the farmer actually, or exploiting situation of the exploiting incident of the farmer by the Zamindari system, so the Charles Metcalfe said that the Indian farmers born in debt, lived in debt and died in debt. He said like that. That is a very saddest line actually. So that is Indian farmers born in debit. Debit in the sense loan, ಸಾಲ, ಸಾಲದಲ್ಲೇ ಹುಟ್ಟುತ್ತಾರೆ, ಸಾಲದಲ್ಲೇ ಬದುಕ್ತಾರೆ and ಸಾಲದಲ್ಲೇ ಸಾಯ್ತಾರೆ. They never able to pay the land tax for the British. That's why Charles Metcalfe, that is the greatest line said by him actually. Charles Metcalfe said that the Indian farmer in the permanent zamindari system, Indian farmers born in debit, lived in debit and died in debit. That much exploiting situation they has created against the farmers. Keep in mind, okay? And it is very torturable system also, which is the permanent zamindari system. Okay, so tomorrow we have to discuss about the Mahalwari and Raitavari system. Hope you will understand better. Thank you.